Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Endeavor Global's co-founder and CEO, Linda Rottenberg.
As you just saw, tonight's theme is Go Big and Go Home. The last few weeks, people have said to me, wait, isn't it go big or go home? In my case, in the case of Endeavor and our entrepreneurs, the answer is no. Tonight, I'd like to share how we ended up with this mantra. For years, my catchphrase, like many people's, was go big or go home. I delivered this as a rallying cry to our entrepreneurs and the Endeavor team. We had to keep growing, keep pushing. Occasionally, this meant that when we met resistance, as we did in India, that we would use that phrase to pull back. Go big or go home. Okay, we're going home. But more often, we acted like X Games skateboarders, addicted to the thrill of moving harder, faster, higher. After a while, I became curious about the origin of this phrase. So when I was writing my book, Crazy as a Compliment, I tracked down the story. In the 1990s, a small company in California that specialized in souped-up motorcycle parts started manufacturing oversized exhaust pipes called porker pipes. To capture the bravado of the product, the package designer came up with the phrase, go big or go home. Everyone in the company started asking, what does this mean? And the designer said, it doesn't mean anything. Now, the package designer's marketing was brilliant, but the guy was not a very good negotiator. All he got for coining this iconic phrase was $50. From its humble start on porker pipes, the phrase entered California hot rod culture and moved on to extreme sports. Soon, people like me were using it to capture the bravado of entrepreneurship. But there's a problem with this phrase. It's not that it doesn't mean anything. It's that what it has come to mean, I believe, is bad for entrepreneurship and bad for entrepreneurs. In 2004, I learned I was pregnant with identical twin daughters. The doctor got very concerned when I continued traveling to Mexico, to Chile, to South Africa, so he imposed a mandatory no-fly zone, 3 months of bed rest. Tushy on the cushy, my husband said. And it worked. My daughters were delivered healthy at 38 weeks and turned 11 recently. Wave, girlies. But the experience taught me that moving only in high gear isn't always effective. I needed a new slogan. The problem with go big or go home is exactly what Jim Collins and Jerry Porras identified and built to last as the tyranny of the or. We're told you can create wealth for your shareholders or do good for the world. You can have a successful business career or a happy family life. Collins and Porras revealed that the most successful companies liberate themselves from the confines of the or to embrace the genius of the and. Aha! I changed the phrase to go big and go home. And for me, the home part isn't just work-life balance, so that's important. Going home also means viewing leadership differently. The millennials on our team who embraced the new mantra taught me to seek profits and purpose, to be strong and vulnerable. They showed me that occasionally slowing down results in better decision-making and healthier organizations. The Endeavor team and I weren't the only ones to embrace this new mantra. Our entrepreneurs did too. Of course, Endeavor loves going big. We select founders with the boldest ideas and do everything in our power to help them achieve their dreams. It's worth repeating that Endeavor entrepreneurs now annually generate more than $8 billion in revenues and together have created more than 600,000 jobs. Yeah. But our entrepreneurs don't stop there. They pay it forward so others can dream big too. And by the way, where did this myth come from that entrepreneurship is all about individuals, going it alone, separating it from the group, avoiding help from others? Endeavor's core belief is that entrepreneurship is a communal experience. It's an idea that doesn't spread in isolation. It spreads when more experienced founders mentor, invest, and cultivate those around them. Scholars have identified a powerful force called social contagion and developed a list of phenomena from happiness to divorce that spread through person-to-person contact. Entrepreneurship should be added to the list. Unlike other social contagions, it doesn't spread passively. People who are infected with this idea want to actively spread it. And after 19 years, experience in 25 countries, and cutting-edge research from our Endeavor Insight team in Bain, we've proven that entrepreneurship can be transmitted systematically from one person to the next. Wharton recently published our findings. We now know that compared with their peers, Endeavor entrepreneurs are 4 times more likely to inspire, 4 times more likely to invest in, and 8 times more likely to mentor other founders. In other words, Endeavor entrepreneurs don't just build companies, they build entire ecosystems. But why? With Bain, we surveyed hundreds of our entrepreneurs to learn their motivations before and after Endeavor. Before, they were interested in building a lasting brand, being their own boss. After becoming Endeavorized, they listed as a top priority, I want to be a role model and inspire others. Turkish entrepreneur Hakan Bas told me, before Endeavor, I figured, I'll give back if I have time. Now he said, I'll make time to give back. Vinnie Lingam left Cape Town to build successful companies in California. But now he returns often to South Africa. Vinnie invests in local startups, and he appeared as a shark on the local equivalent of Shark Tank. In 1999, we selected Marcos Galperin of Mercado Libre as an Endeavor entrepreneur, along with his co-founder, Anand. In 2007, Marcos took Mercado Libre public on the NASDAQ. Today, Marcos sits on the board of Endeavor Argentina, along with his co-founder, Nikos Gazi, and 2 of the Globant boys, Martin and Guibert, who were mentored by Marcos and also took their company public. I asked Marcos why he spends so much time investing and mentoring others. He explained that he's part of a generational shift from a winner-take-all mentality to one where everyone benefits from the group's success. And he should know, Marcos just achieved an amazing milestone. As of last week, Mercado Libre is the most valuable company in all of Argentina. Come on, that's pretty good. Recently, Go Big and Go Home took on a 3rd meeting, and it's the one we honor tonight. In 2012, my co-founder, Peter Kellner, Endeavor president, Fernando Fabre, Knight Foundation director, Matt Hageman, and global business leader, Adriana Cisneros, suggested that we bring Endeavor's model to Miami. Until then, our mission had been focused on stimulating entrepreneurship outside the United States. Initially, I opposed the idea. Why would we suddenly change our mission to bring Endeavor's model to the US? Did our cities even need what we have to offer? After a lengthy and lively debate detailed in a Harvard Business School case study, we agreed that Endeavor should expand its mission. Our successful launch in Miami, as you heard, was followed by Endeavor Detroit and Endeavor Louisville. And tonight, we officially announced the launch of Endeavor Atlanta. We've learned that while there's startup support in most US cities, outside of Silicon Valley, there's almost no scale-up support. Endeavor is changing that. We're empowering US entrepreneurs to grow in their home cities, to expand employment and opportunity. And if we've learned anything in this long, tumultuous political year, it's that we need positive role models, good jobs, and uplifting stories in this country. Tonight's honoree, Steve Case, is a shining example of all that is uplifting about entrepreneurship, going big, and going home. Steve took a crazy idea and built it into something really big, and has since spent decades, along with his wife Jean, empowering and infecting others with the entrepreneurial spirit. Steve has been a personal role model. He's been a selection panelist at an Endeavor ISP, and he and Jean are investors in Endeavor Catalyst. We're honored that Steve is with us to share his inspiring story and to celebrate Endeavor's coming home. I'll end with this confession. I still sign all my emails with the phrase, "Onward and upward." Just because you choose to go home doesn't mean you have to give up going big. With your help, Endeavor can continue to do both. Enjoy your evening, and please turn back the lights on your table.